Hey guys, it's Greg from East Coast Dyes, and Theory Thursday. So last week I talked to you about the theory of stringing a high pocket. Gave you the tools that you need to create your own patterns in all different heads to string a high pocket. And so this week I'm going to do the same with a mid pocket. So here is an example I have. It's an Evo TI with a 15mm mesh with a mid pocket strung in it. So for a mid pocket, that's generally what I recommend people try if they don't know what kind of pocket they like. They don't really know what they want. I recommend they check out a mid pocket first. So it's pretty good for any position. The ball sits right in the middle head and shift up and down a little bit. Provides medium whip, fast enough release with enough whip for a midfielder or an attackman. Can shift down a little bit as well. So a pretty versatile pocket. Pretty good for just about any position. So when you're stringing a mid pocket, first things first, you're going to want to start with a 9-diamond top string. It can be a triangle, it can be a regular, it doesn't matter, but I always like to start with a 9-diamond top string. So what you want to do here is pull the mesh down tightly, just like you did in the high pocket to create the channel. Pull it down tightly through here, and then bunch it up a little bit in the middle, and leave it a little bit looser down at the bottom. So what I've done here is I've interlocked the first 4 diamonds of mesh down as tightly as they can go. So 1, 2, 3, 4 are all interlocked down as tightly as you can pull them down the sidewall. This may have to change depending on your sidewall placement, but I'll talk about that in a second. So compared to the high pocket a little bit, in the high pocket I recommend you pull 3 as tightly as possible and leave the 4th interlock just a little bit looser so it'll start to create that pocket up a little higher. Here you're going to want to pull the 4 as tight as you can down to the middle of the head, the flare point of the head. So if you've got a ton of sidewall holes like the Evo TI or the Clutch or other heads the Stallion have, then you're going to be able to pull those diamonds down perfectly and have all kinds of holes to choose from so you can place those interlocks exactly where you need to. But if you've got less interlock or less holes, like let's say an Evo X or a head like that, you might be able to get the first 3 down really tight or the first 2 down really tight. So what you're going to need to use in that situation is if you have to reach for holes a little bit, just use a 1 interlock. So you go under 1 diamond and interlock the next one. So still pull it down tight, and that way you can work around the sidewall holes you have. So after you've pulled the first 4 down very tightly, it's going to create this very tight part, very flat part right here. So you get that channel so that you create a consistent pocket where the ball is going to come out the middle every time. And you can see here it's got the channel and the ball is going to come out right in the middle. So we've pulled the first 4 diamonds down tight, and then you just want to double up. So under one, under another, and bunch them pretty close together. And then right after that, another single, and I just finished it out with a few more singles. So the pocket will sit right in the middle. The double up is going to determine, you can see my pocket sits right over the double. That's going to determine where the pocket sits in the ball. And how far down you go with your sidewall is going to determine how baggy it is. If you go down further with 1s, the pocket's going to sag a little lower and shift up a little bit to a mid for when you shoot and pass. This can also be determined by the bottom string. If you do a bottom string like I have with the double connectors that holds it all very flat, it's going to keep it from bagging low more. If you do one where it's weaved all the way through these diamonds and pulled sort of circular, it's going to make it a little more baggy. So that is the basic theory about how to create your own pocket with almost any head for a mid pocket. This is the pocket I recommend for almost everyone. And I hope you guys learned a little something here. Subscribe if you have not. Make sure to stay tuned for more stringing videos and tutorials. And have a great day, guys.